Hey everybody, it's Melissa and I just came back from Sephora to try some of their designer fragrances. So I'm going to be giving you my honest opinions on all the ones that I've tried, all right? So first and foremost, the one that I remember is Gucci Guilty Pour Femme. And that fragrance straight up smelled like whiteboards. And I wasn't the one that said that, it was actually my sister. And that was even with it sort of dried down. It was kind of nice, but then she said, doesn't this smell like whiteboards? And y'all remember that smell in school, and I was like, oh my god, so that's how I associate it now. It's not a bad scent, but it's not something that I would personally wear, and I just feel like there's other feminine fragrances out there that are better to pull for if you're trying to go for maybe that fresh or maybe like that sexy sort of smell, all right? The next fragrance is Dior Homme Sport. I actually liked that scent. It wasn't fresh and clean. I didn't really even find it as sporty. In fact, it reminded me of a less intense version of Dior Homme Intense. And Dior Homme Intense is very lipsticky, powdery. It kind of reminded me of makeup, honestly, so I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I could see why people like it, but the more I was smelling it, the more it just smelled like walking through the makeup department at Macy's, so I wasn't really feeling it. But Dior Homme Sport, I liked. It was as if it kind of pulled away from that powdery, lipsticky sort of vibe, and it had a sort of warmth to it, and it had this sort of versatility that you could probably wear it to a lot of different occasions. I don't find it to be a great summer scent, but I feel like it'd be a really nice signature scent. So Dior Homme Sport was fantastic. Another one that I really liked from Dior was Dior Homme Cologne. Now, the cologne is actually a unisex fragrance that straight up smells like lemons. All right, it is a straight up lemon fragrance. I feel like that in the high heat is perfect. If you were to wear that to the beach, it's gonna give you that lemonade sort of vibe. And it was just really, really nice. I feel like it was a standout fragrance for sure. And I was there with my sister, like I mentioned earlier. So there was a lot of fragrances that we tried. And when I came back home and I was talking to her, she was like, there was probably only two that stuck out to her. Everything else kind of fell mid. Like, they were nice, but they were forgettable in her words. So Dior Homme Cologne was something that she found to be pretty memorable, but it still wasn't like the best scent. But she's like, yo, yeah, that one just smelled super lemony. And it wasn't even that hot of a day today. I feel like it would have been even better if the sun was out today. All right, the next one, I tried again Sauvage Elixir, because I made this video, I think 2 days ago when I was at another mall, right? And for some reason, when I go to the mall now and I see Sauvage Elixir, and then I smell it again on the test strip, and then I have that dry down and I smell it the next day, it smells good. I am now liking that fragrance more and more. I still stand by what I said in my initial video, that it's not really a scent where off rip, it's fantastic to me. I feel like it can be a bit too intense, but the dry down of it, and I'm talking a couple hours later, is where it shines the best to me. So I feel like if you were to wear that during nighttime occasions or cold weather, that is where it would smell fantastic. If you wore it in the high heat, I feel like it would be a complete pass, and it honestly might nauseate you, so it might not be the move. All right, next up, Acqua di Gioia. Now that one, I really liked, actually. It was just this clean shampoo fragrance again, and it was also a bit like, you know, it kind of reminded me of being at the beach, being in the ocean swimming there, and it was just really nice. Simple fragrance. I love the OG Acqua di Gioia, the green bottle. I mean, I said Acqua di Gioia, right? Yeah, but Acqua di Gioia is very nice as well. Great feminine fragrance. Honestly, you're even if you just want to smell like, I don't know, Pantene shampoo, you could just throw that on and it's really good. You are gonna feel great if you put that on after your shower and it's hot outside. It's just, that is the perfect situation to wear Acqua di Gioia. So fantastic fragrance. Sea Passion or Passione, depending on how you call it. So this is the red bottle, and I've gotten a lot of questions about this particular scent, and to me it was good, but it's good, but it's not like a fantastic fragrance, right? Like, this is something that if you were to buy it as a gift, this is like a perfect blind buy right here. You have your niece's graduation, your niece's birthday. She's a teenager, she's in college, high school, whatever the case is, and you just want her to have a nice feminine perfume, and you get her Sea Passion. it's gonna be a good scent for her. She'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so nice, because it's pretty equally balanced, right? It's something that you can wear in the spring, but it also has some sexy sweetness to it that can be worn if you would go to parties and maybe even clubs and stuff. But I find the DNA just to be a bit forgettable. That's the only thing, is that the C Passion DNA, it's good. Definitely something that is likable. It has that mass appeal, but it also just kind of falls in the shadows of other feminine fragrances. You know what I'm saying? So definitely a perfect blind buy, in my opinion. And it's just something that anybody can wear, and you're going to feel safe giving it as a gift, because it's not going to be something where they're like, oh yeah, this is great. And they're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Everybody, for the most part, will like that scent. Okay, the next one, Burberry Her. Now, Burberry Her is a very fruity fragrance, in my opinion. To me, that screams high school girl. Like, if you are a freshman to a junior, shoot, even if you're a senior, I feel, but it just gives more like 14, 15, 16-year-old girl, in my opinion. Again, perfect gift for somebody going into high school. In fact, I gifted my cousin, she's what, how old is she now? She's 15, but I gave this to her when she was 14? I think when she was 14. It's called Burberry Brit, and that one was already really youthful, but Burberry Her still has that youthful vibe, but more of that fruitiness that is a bit sweeter. So I would not recommend wearing Burberry Her on a hot day. During spring, I think it's fantastic. If you want to wear it in cold months, you can. Just be prepared for the fact that the performance might not be at its best, because it still has some freshness to it. But overall, perfect for that age demographic. All right, really, really nice. But I just don't see, I mean, you know what, if you're in your 30s, you can absolutely wear it. I feel like all ages can pull it off, but it's just better suited for being like an early teen, you know? All right, next up, Spicebomb Infrared. All right, so this fragrance from Viktor and Rolf. All right, I've been asked about the scent so much. In fact, I'm gonna post a YouTube short on me trying it for the first time with my sister there. And you know what? I liked it. I thought Infrared was a good fragrance, solid flanker. I still personally prefer the OG Spicebomb. I feel like if that's the route you want to go, I would just, and Spicebomb Extreme is for cold, right? Y'all know how much I talk about that scent. But just for your everyday, I feel like the original Spicebomb is just so much better, because that spice just really hits you off the bat, and it really makes its presence known. And Infrared is a bit more of a subdued scent. So I still was like, oh yeah, no, this is good. Because the thing is, I wasn't expecting it to go the direction it was. You know, as a red, with the red bottle, I was assuming that it would kind of go more towards like also nighttime. You know what I mean? It was red and black. So I'm like, okay, maybe we're going to get a little bit of like a sweet, sexy thing going on here. But it was still more fresh, spicy, with a touch of sweetness. And in my sister's opinion, she thought the fragrance was about a 6 out of 10. And I remember the first time we tried the original Spicebomb together, she loved that one. And so did I. So for me, Spicebomb Extreme, still good, but I would rather pick up the OG. I wouldn't go for the Infrared. All right, next, Light Blue Intense Pour Homme. Tried it again, because the thing with the light blue fragrances that I've tried in the flankers is that they're gonna smell different on a test strip than they do on skin. And to be honest and fair, that could be the case for every single fragrance you throw on, right? But I noticed it more specifically with those scents. So I tried Light Blue Intense Pour Homme on this arm earlier. I just put the sweater on. I didn't go out with this sweater here, but it turned very musk heavy on my skin, and I just don't pull this fragrance off that well. Now, Light Blue Intense Pour Homme is like a grapefruit sort of scent, and then it has that musk, you know, there's a bit of that saltiness to it, and it just doesn't work on me as well personally. But if this works on you, it will be fantastic. It has the mass appeal to it. It's a fresh and clean scent. It's perfect for the summertime, but this one has gotten a lot of polarizing sort of results from different people, because they had like, I remember I was talking to somebody that said they had almost like this sulfury sort of smell to it, right? And it was just that, and then mixed with like the musk, and the fruitiness of that grapefruit wasn't there the whole entire time. So it was a miss for this person. But I feel like, you know, on other people, this would be a fantastic scent. If you pull off Light Blue Intense Pour Homme, then wear it. You know, I feel like it's the type of fragrance a lot of people dog on. And please don't get me wrong, in my previous videos when I would recommend the women's over the men's, don't take that as, oh, the men's isn't good. I prefer the women's personally, but both of them, both Light Blue Intense Pour Homme and Light Blue Intense Pour Femme, are fantastic summertime fragrances. Seriously, if lemon apple musk isn't your move and you want more of that grapefruit musk, then go with the masculine one. If you want the lemon, then go with the feminine one. All in all, it's just, again, like if you're going to the pools, you're hitting up the beaches, if you're gonna spend the summer without your shirt on basically, then just grab one of the Light Blue Intenses and you're gonna smell great. Now this is one that was tricky. The next one, Light Blue Italian Love. How do I explain this? And let me tell y'all, I didn't look up the notes of these fragrances before I smelled them or after I smelled them, even before I recorded this video. All right, so Light Blue Italian Love is here on my wrist. And I don't know if it's a blood orange or maybe more grapefruit, right? Initially, didn't like it. Very intense sort of fragrance, kind of off-putting, like from the jump, you know? And I was just not really sure how I was feeling about it. Had my sister smell it as well, and she was like, oh, I don't like that. She did not like that. But of course, with fragrances, you have to see how they dry down, what it's about, right? So as this dries down, as it has dried down on my skin, it's kind of nice. Like I went from feeling like, oh, I don't really like this, to this is pretty good. Like it keeps that fruitiness in there. You know what I mean? You know how I mentioned with Light Blue Intense, right? Pour Homme. That one, it has grapefruit, but it's not prominent the whole time. This one is kind of like the opposite, where that whatever juicy citrusy note it is off top, could be grapefruit, right? Blood orange, whatever it is just prominent in the entire wear of the fragrance. Like right here, it still smells like, it smells good now. It's getting better as it dries down. And here's what my sister said, all right? She said, and this was maybe about within less than a minute of me spraying it, right? She's like, I feel like that would smell bad the more it mixes with, like that mixed with somebody's BO is just a recipe for disaster. But again, everything mixed with anybody's BO is a recipe for disaster. But I could see what she meant, right? Because it was this very intense, strong fragrance in the opening that it's like a take no prisoners type of scent. You know, it's not trying to appeal to everybody, but the certain group that like it will ride so hard for it. So I understand what she meant with that. But I feel like the more that this has dried down on my skin, I've liked it better. I like this better right now, the Italian Love, over Intense Pour Homme. Yeah, I do not pull off Intense Pour Homme. I know I don't. But Italian Love is pretty good. I have to say, I gotta find out what the notes are in this fragrance. Maybe see if I can get like a full wear of it, just to give you my full review on it. But we'll see. I mean, even with me just doing that one spray on my arm, it did take me aback. So I imagine me doing like 3 sprays of that or 5 sprays of it on skin, right? How is that? How am I gonna react within those first few minutes? We'll find out. All right. Anyways, moving on. Versace Dylan Blue. Had to smell it again. This one is actually the masculine version that I tried. I tried to smell Versace Turquoise, the feminine one, but somebody used up the whole entire tester, so I was not able to. But we tried Dylan Blue again because I was there with my sister, and I was like, you know what? I want to see her opinion on this because she has smelled it before and she loved it. She really loved it. And again, she was like, yeah, this is a good one. And as I've said time and time again, Versace Dylan Blue is so versatile. And on top of that, it's long lasting. And even better, it is a good price. All right. On the discounts, I think on Max Roma, I saw it for like $50 for like the full size. If you were to get the full size at Sephora, at Macy's, at Ulta, that thing's gonna run you probably $80 or more, right? And if you get the small one, they would charge you like $49, right? So I'll put a discount link in the comment section if you guys want to check out these fragrances and get them at a discounted rate. Like, do what I did, smell them at Sephora, smell them at the mall, wherever you are, and then just test how it is on your skin. And if you like it, then just get it from a discount site to save yourself some money. All right, and that is an affiliate link, by the way, in case you guys want to support the channel. But of course, buy where you're comfortable. But that would just be my recommendation, no matter what discount site you use. But I'll put mine down there in the comment section below, and it's with global shipping for everybody. All right, but Bill and Blue, fantastic fragrance, and it's honestly one of the go-to scents that I recommend for anybody looking for a versatile, masculine, sexy fragrance for every day, essentially. All right, next up, I think it was a Joe Malone scent. I think it's called Cherry Blossom. Or Joe Malone might not be the brand. Actually, it might be, but it smelled like cherry blossom. All you ladies know it. You've tried probably that, you know, the soap and stuff like that and the lotions. But performance was not the best. We're talking under 20 minutes. I was already not really smelling it on the test strip anymore. So that was a total pass. Not Your Baby by Fleur was something I did not enjoy. It did smell like a baby. And I don't want to smell like a baby. I think that there's a certain group of people that love that smell though, right? There's a lot of people that are about it. For me, I don't want to smell like an infant. So it is a pass. All right. Next up, H24 by Hermes. Tried it again, and it's actually here underneath my, you know what? I'm gonna roll it up. It's nice. There's a sort of warmth to it on my skin. It kind of smells fiery on my skin. And H24, I feel, is the type of fragrance, kind of like Molecule 01. I'm not saying that it's an ISO-E super scent, but that it will just smell different depending on somebody's skin chemistry. Right? I feel like this can just get a wild shotgun range of different smells. You might have somebody say, oh yeah, it smells like laundry. On me, it smells like there's a cleanness to it, but it also smells like fiery. And I don't, it's interesting. It is interesting. My sister actually did compliment this scent on me, H24. So pretty good. I feel like the more I would wear that, if I were to get a bottle of H24, it's gonna be a grower. It's kind of gonna be like Elixir, right? Where, not that they smell the same, but the appreciation comes the more and more that you wear it. But I feel like H24 in the heat would bang. I think that would smell really, really good. All right, Acqua di Gio Profondo. So I smelled this one again because I didn't try it the last time. I saw the bottle of it, or did I try it? Well, I tried it on skin this time around. It's still, I wouldn't. I feel like Acqua di Gio Profondo, I mean, it's okay. I feel like, honestly, the light blue intense for women is better than that one. I feel like even, I mean, light blue Italian love, I'm still so on the fence about that. But yeah, I feel like the light blue intenses are better than Profondo. It just felt kind of, I don't know, just kind of you know, it wasn't really, kind of how I felt about Versace Men Eau Fraiche. It was just, it was there, but I feel like even Dior Homme Cologne was better than Profondo. Now I know Profondo gets a lot of love. I'm pretty sure I get so many comments on this, so I can only assume that a lot of people talk about it and a lot of people have very strong opinions and they like it so much. But for me, I just wasn't with it. And then if you want to know my sister's opinion, even her, she was just like it was okay. You know what I'm saying? So for me, not really the move. For you, it could be, right? This could be the best fragrance on your skin, but you won't know till you try it yourself. And lastly, that I have written on my list here was Ombre Leather Parfum. I have the OG Ombre Leather, but the Parfum version, yes, it's leathery, but I found it to be more sweet. Like, I found it to be almost like maybe a touch more like vanilla or something. It wasn't as rough with the leather. It didn't smell like the back of your car seats. You know, it wasn't like that. It didn't smell like airplane seats, which was nice. And it had a good balance. Definitely more of a nighttime fragrance, cold weather type of scent. And it is nicer. I find it more wearable. That's what I'll say. More wearable than the other one for just your average everyday person. I feel like this would get more wears. I feel like if people were to smell this, they would use it more, because the other leathery fragrance just, well, the other ombre leather, kind of hit and miss. But the Parfum, there's a smoothness to it that I feel like would give it much more mass appeal than the other one. All right. Now, these are the ones, again, that I remember off the top of my head. There might be more, and I'll do an updated video. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I know I talk about niche fragrances a lot on this channel, but I want you to know that I got a lot of love for designer fragrances. Again, every single time that people in person ask me for a fragrance recommendation, I'm throwing a designer scent their way just because it's so much easier to like. And I feel like there's also a big disconnect sometimes when it comes to fragrance reviews online versus how people interpret them in person. And I do my best on this channel to be as honest as possible with you guys, just 1000%, to let you know that, you know, just because people on like these niche lovers online say that this is basic and overworn, you're not going to get the type of reaction when you actually wear it at a party. You know what I'm saying? So designers, still fantastic, great price as well. And I'm not saying niche is bad, because of course there's good apples with the niche fragrances as well. But these, I do like my designers. I really do. All right. Anyways, again, I'll put the discount link for these fragrances in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the scents that I mentioned, if there are some that you own here, if there's some that you want to try, and just give me your opinion. All right. I hope you have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye.